Hordes of comics roam the city at night in packs, like rats, to rack up precious stage time. One unwritten rule is a comic must be on stage nightly to hone their craft. Perhaps the comedy gods are best served by those with ADHD, obsessive compulsive disorder, insomnia, or vampire tendencies. Only a handful of women aspire to be comics, and I find a few dedicated ones starting out like me. And we too roam the streets at night, making the rounds to various clubs after finishing an open mic or bringer show. I graduate from needing to bring 3 audience members to emceeing the bringer shows at Stand Up New York. I love interacting with the audience, and I have a gift for doing this, but the gig is only once a week. My plan is to continue to hone my 5 minutes and audition for the clubs, and the more I perform, the more confidence I gain as a person and a comic. I too am obsessed with racking up stage time. That's why I'm on the C train, heading to Pip's Comedy Club in Sheepshead Bay, Brooklyn. The club is famous for hosting the brash, offensive comic Andrew Dice Clay. Richard Lewis and Billy Crystal also worked at Pip's. The club has a reputation for being a rough room. Stand-up is often a battle. To fortify myself, I started lifting weights at the Pumping Iron Gym on Broadway, and I conjure my Colonel father when I need to. The owner of Pips, George Schultz, agrees to put me on near the end of the regular show. My set's going fine when a guy standing at the bar yells, "Nice tits!" Stalling for time. "Oh, thank you, sir." Now, many comics fight with hecklers, but arguing with inebriated audience members never ends well, and it can just suck all the air out of the room. I listened to an interview with Jerry Seinfeld discussing how he deals with hecklers. He said, "I treat them like they're the patient and I'm the psychiatrist." His advice pops into my head. The same guy at the bar then calls out, "Eat me." "Thank you for offering, sir, but I'm a vegetarian." After my comeback, the audience is with me. One late night after doing a set at Pips, I'm riding the subway home from Brooklyn. At 59th Street, the car empties out, the doors close, and I find myself alone, except for 2 extra-sized black men. I don't mean fat. I mean huge guys with muscles, like prison yard muscles. The 2 guys spot me, walk to my end of the car, and sit across from me. I'm wearing my oversized black parka with black leggings and combat boots. I keep my head and eyes down. Real smart, riding the subway, alone in the wee hours. Just you, the crackheads and ex-cons. Now you're going to be murdered. Smart. Real smart. One of the ex-cons leans forward. "You practice kung fu?" I'm trying not to show fear. No. "Karate?" No. Is he going to challenge me to a martial arts duel on the train? The 2 guys continue their conversation. I eavesdrop. They discuss being locked in the hole at Rikers Island. I keep my head down and my hands in my pockets. 2 stops to go. Should I be concerned? If they wanted to kill you, you'd be dead. Remember, my child, fear is the path to the dark side. When the subway doors open at 81st Street, I stand and exit the train. I am relieved. No footsteps follow me home. The other way comics acquire stage time is by opening for a headliner. The opener is expected to supply the car and drive the headliner to the show. This is troublesome for me, since I no longer own a vehicle or drive. I don't remember how I connected with this particular headliner, but he's taking me to New Jersey so I can open for him. He picks me up in front of my building. I'm grateful for the gig. The drive to New Jersey is fine. The guy is pleasant. The moment we arrive at the club, he downs a drink. I don't drink, and certainly not on the job. One of the perks of being a comic is free booze. So, if you're an alcoholic, this is a perfect job unless you're in recovery and want to remain sober. Now, I don't pay attention to how much the headliner is drinking, but when we leave the club, I realized, oh my God, is he weaving? This guy is inebriated. Okay. My license is current. Yeah, but you haven't driven in over a decade. Oh God, what should I do? Hey, are you all right to drive? I always do this. He sloughs me off like a snake removing dead skin. Oh, is this idiotic statement supposed to comfort me? Our drive back to the city is problematic. He stays in our lane most of the time. I don't remember talking to him. I remember being scared, sitting in the passenger seat, squeezing my hands to keep myself from screaming and jumping out of the car. I prayed to the gods of road safety. Please, I don't want to die in some 10-car pileup on the Jersey Turnpike, coming back from some stupid stand-up gig in a random dive club. I want to be safe at home. Oh, our exit's coming up. Almost home. Yay. The guy is weaving and clueless. We're about to miss our exit. Hey, exit. This is our exit. He swerves and we skid through the right lane, almost missing the off ramp. Cars zoom by. Oh my God, my entire body is vibrating. When he pulls up in front of my apartment building, I'm ready. My sweaty palm is poised on the handle. Thanks so much. I leap out of the car. Wait, what's going on? Where are you going? The drunken headliner somehow manages to jump out of the car and land in front of me, appearing almost sober. Excellent work tonight, Jill. Nice set. How about I come upstairs? Is this guy insane? Sorry, not happening, dude. Thanks for the ride. I bolt and never encounter him again. I showcase at Caroline's on Broadway. I love the place. Caroline's is a top-notch club. It's the home to Jerry Seinfeld, Eddie Murphy, Chris Rock. This is a classy place. I always do well here. I hire Pete Klusman to tape my sets for publicity purposes. I don't remember how I learned about the Mary Jo Comedy Show Award. The award is a platform for female comedians to gain publicity and cash to further their careers. I submit a tape of one of my sets from Caroline's. One afternoon, I'm puttering around my apartment when the phone rings. The woman on the line informs me, "Congratulations, you won the Mary Jo Comedy Show Award." Wait, what? Who is this? Are you sure you called the correct number? Jill Dalton, right? Short red hair? Well, okay. Why'd you pick me? We viewed all the tapes. Yours was the best. I keep my award on the down low. Comics can be cutthroat, but word travels fast in the stand-up community. A few nights later, I'm at the New York Comedy Club when a creepy fellow stand-up with thick glasses and a leaky eye approaches me. Lots of comics are pissed off about you winning that award. Okay, nothing I can do. Yeah, they don't think you deserve that award. Oh my God, this guy is so enjoying telling me this. Well, I'm not going to let him manipulate me into reacting to his BS. Detach, smile, Pretend you don't care. Well, I'm glad people are talking about me. You're not upset? His leaky eye bugs out. You know what they say. All publicity is good publicity. My friend and fellow comic Vanessa refers to comedy as I-comedy after the brilliant British PBS series I, Claudius, because the comedy business is treacherous and ruthless. Some people don't like it when others succeed, but I won. I received a check for $500, which to me felt like 5 million. I need the money and the recognition, validation. It lifts my spirits and it encourages me to continue. My hard work is paying off. Not too long after my award, I received a message on my answering service from the casting director of the soap opera Another World. She wants me to come in and read for the recurring part of a prosecuting attorney. I'm thrilled. Here we go. Is this my break? My chance? You can't anticipate what or when things will happen in show business. I'm reminded of a fellow stand-up who explained the 3 rules of show business. Nothing's fair, nothing matters, nothing makes any sense. The following day, I'm sitting across from the casting director of Another World. I'm relaxed, casual. Auditioning in a casting director's office is so much more civilized than doing a set in a comedy club. We read the scene after we finish. So, did I book the part? Oh, gosh, I'm not sure. I'm also startled by my boldness. Stand-up comedy has taken away many inhibitions and given me the confidence I never had. When I arrive home, the light is blinking on my answering machine. I press play and discover a message from the casting director notifying me I booked the part of Alyssa Brenner on Another World. I replayed the message to make sure I heard correctly. My life is changing for the better. A recurring role on a soap? This is a holy grail. This could change my life. This could mean a steady income, a contract, fans, public appearances, interviews, notoriety, a private dressing room, and a gorgeous apartment overlooking Central Park West. The world of a contract player is the promised land. I jump around my living room. Macho, macho man. You have got to be a macho man. I'm not sure why I'm singing that, but macho, macho man. Jim, don't get carried away. Present moment only. Fickle show business. Remember 3 rules. One step at a time, one day at a time. This is opportunity, gift from show business gods. Grateful be. Grateful be. I am grateful. Thank you. Macho, macho man. Life is good. The next day, the phone rings. Hello? Jill, I want to come home. Henry's disembodied voice disorients me and slaps me back into some place I don't want to be. Are those helicopters? Where are you? I'm working in the fields, picking produce. What? Did he say picking produce? I want to come home. My breathing stops. The knot in my stomach, almost forgotten, materializes and tightens. Oh no. The knot that took forever to go away is back, festering like rotten garbage. Here's the crazy part. I want to take Henry back. More than anything, I want him to come home so the pain will stop. Oh, I'm pathetic. What should I do? Henry, poison, toxic, kryptonite. Weaker, weaker become you and disappear. You're right. Of course, I'll end up being his mommy again, paying all the bills, picking up his dirty socks while he treats me with contempt. The abused love their captors. Look at Patty Hearst. I don't want that. I've worked too hard and I've come too far. This is a test. My life is looking up. Sorry, Henry, I can't. I need your help, Jill. Please. He sounds lost and alone. Oh, God, my codependency is triggered and it begins kicking and screaming. Take him back. Things will be different. The pit in your stomach will go away. You can save him. My God. It sounds like he's in a rice paddy in Vietnam, but he's not. He's in LA. What are you? Some cold-hearted bitch? Have you no compassion? No. No, he's a controlling narcissist, a vampire. He'll suck my life force, leave me for dead on the side of the road. Henry, I'm sorry. I can't. The phone line goes dead. I'm back, lost in the place of pain, bottomless pit filled with shame and guilt. Let it go. Let go everything. He is past, not future. Breathe. Release pain. Release past. The force is with you. That night, I dream Henry is back and he's living in my apartment. The place is a horrendous mess. All his stuff is everywhere. His feet are up on the desk. He's talking on the phone like he owns the joint. Oh, he's laughing. He's so happy and content. I'm horrified. Why? Why did I let him back? I wake up. I'm in a panic. Oh, I'm alone. Yes, I made the right decision. Thank God. So thanks for watching, you guys. And FYI, if you want to learn about my soap part on Another World, I did a video about that. I'll post the link at the end of the description. Oh, I also did a clip from a part of a set I did at Stand Up New York like 30 years ago. I found it. I had to resync it, but I think it's okay now.
I want a guy who can give me eternal youth and beauty, okay? Definitely. Any vampires? We have any vampires here? I'm not talking a case of oil of Olay. I'm talking mainlining. No, and I hate those wimpy girls in those vampire movies. They're always like, oh no, don't touch me, don't touch me. I'm like, hey. Brad Pitt, where are you, Brad? Now I know what you're thinking. Oh my God, poor thing. She's going to have to wander the streets of New York, alone, aimlessly, for all of eternity. I do that now! I just want to look really good doing it. Oh my God. But you know what? I would give back to the city of New York. Yes, I would. In exchange for this, I would do my civic duty. I would jog alone in Central Park every night in my 16 stilettos. I would help them catch the robbers, the rapists, the muggers, the murderers. I guess I would. And when they come up to me and they go, baby, I want to rock your world, I'm going to go, great. Because you know what? I want to suck your blood. I think I'm going to do that. But first, I don't know. I just feel the need to kick your ass, sir. I don't know what it is.
So before I answer the questions, I wanted to be sure to say thank you to everyone here. I thank everybody who supports the channel in any way. If you like, if you subscribe, if you listen to the videos, if you leave comments, if you give me a special thanks or buy me a coffee, I am so grateful, 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 grateful for all of you. And I want to give a special shout out to JP Page, John M., Mark Hamfarm, and Time Runner. I appreciate your support so much. I really do. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, questions. Let's see what we got. All right. So Bella asked, when I asked my father for money, was there a major shift in my perspective of him and how much I liked him? And I would have to say, yes. I just felt everything was lifted. I didn't feel any resentment towards him. I didn't feel any, I only felt love for him. And I was so grateful that I asked him. And there was another comment also that someone said, brought up the point that because Henry had left and, he wasn't sending me money, that forced me to call my father and make that reconciliation. So if we look at it like that, everything is for our highest good, even though we don't think so at the time. But this certainly fits in with that. So I love that she thought of that. Thank you. Time Runner asks, am I a huge Star Wars fan? When the first Star Wars movie came out, yes, I was blown away. I think like everybody else. I mean, it was gigantic. It was like, oh my God, what is this? Nobody had seen anything like it. I was just I just loved it. I loved everything about it. But then I kind of lost interest in Star Wars. But the thing about Yoda, what reconnected me to Yoda was I was doing background on In and Out, which was directed by Frank Oz. This was in 96, I think. And there was a group of us that were like core townspeople. And so we were used a lot. And Frank Oz, but he did the voice of Miss Piggy and Yoda, and he was also the puppeteer. So he would do these different voices when we were waiting for a shot to be set up or the lighting changed or whatever. He was so adorable and fun that it just reminded me of that character. And then Initiate 22,000 suggested after I introduced Darth Vader as my inner critic, he suggested, why don't you put Yoda in there? And I was like, yeah, why don't I? That's a brilliant suggestion. So thank you for that suggestion. Yeah. Okay. Time Runner also wanted to know what's my favorite movie. I'm going to say, if I can only pick one, To Kill a Mockingbird. I loved it so much. Probably because I'm from the South, or that's part of it, I guess. Just that whole feeling of the South and the family and, Atticus Finch doesn't get better than him. And Scout, I freaking love Scout. And my niece had another baby girl recently, and she had a couple of names that she was trying to decide upon. One of them was Scout. And I was like, Scout, I vote for Scout. So they named her Scout. So I love that. It's so sweet. All right, what else? Kathy G, why were we in a war in Vietnam? Good question. I mean, I'm not an expert on Vietnam by anybody's imagination, whatever that saying is. During that time, there was a Cold War going on. After World War II, we were in a Cold War, and the United States was afraid of communism. And before we went into Vietnam, the French were in Vietnam, and they were trying to stave off communism. And then they were defeated, and they left in 54. And then the U.S. sent in advisors, I guess that's what they call them, military advisors, and that started our involvement. It's hard for me to talk about it. Yeah, and there was something called the domino theory. And that was around that time. And the domino theory was you can't let Vietnam fall because that if it falls to the communists, then the next Asian, it'll be Cambodia next, then Laos and this and that. So it was a whole mindset. But they started the war on a lie. The Gulf of Tonkin, they said they'd been hit, that a U.S. ship was hit, and it wasn't. It was a lie. So we went into that war based on a lie and lost all those lives and lost the war because we had no business in there. Very much like the Iraq War, based on lies. But, okay. Enough about that. Oh, John M. asked, which is better for me, buy me a coffee or the super thanks on YouTube? I found out buy me a coffee takes 5%, whereas YouTube takes 30%. So that's a big difference. So it's actually, buy me a coffee is actually better for me. And there's a link in the description. But believe me, I am grateful. I don't care either way. I am very grateful. Okay, Initiate 22,000 said, did I have a role in the Partridge family? Because I look like Susan Day. No, I did not. I'm not Susan Day, but I would like to have had a role. I have to say, when I was about 19, I think, I was shopping in a mall in Columbia, South Carolina, and there was a mom and her daughter, and they were whispering and looking at me, and I was like, that is so weird. This is when I had my long hair parted down the middle. They finally said, excuse me, are you by any chance Peggy Lipton from the Mod Squad? And I was like, no, but I would like to be. So that, yeah, I would have loved that. Okay. Someone else wanted to know what I do for fun. Well, that's a good question. I do a lot of things. Well, I love to read. I'm always reading something. Right now, I'm reading Barbara Streisand's book, which is almost 1,000 pages. It's fantastic. You think I mean, even me being in the business, I think of her as this huge star. But boy, did she have to fight and fight and fight. And she was not treated well in the beginning. I'm not that far along yet, so who knows? Things changed, of course, but so I read a lot. I like to watch really good streaming shows like right now I'm watching Shogun, Hacks, and Severance. I auditioned for that, but I've been watching it. I don't see the part that I auditioned for, which happens a lot. They audition a part and then they realize we don't need that scene. Let's just cut that. Doesn't move the story along. Okay, so there you go. So I think yeah, looks like that is all the questions, unless I almost forgot. I need to give you guys a question. Okay, have you ever stood your ground in a scary or toxic situation? How did it turn out? I mean, it must be okay because you're still here, but yeah, so that's it, you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it so much. I really do. Something that I discovered this week is that the person who's currently in the White House likes to troll us and get us all upset. We need to decipher between what is actually being done and what is just trolling, like the Pope. He's trolling us. And yes, the people at the Vatican got upset. Let them. There's plenty of things that he's doing wrong. He is being stopped by the courts and by all the demonstrations that are going on every frickin' day in all 50 states. We need to call our representatives and hold their feet to the fire so that they know that we're not happy with what's going on. And then if you can march, write letters, sign petitions, whatever any of us can do in our own small way is great. So I guess that's all for now. Okay, you guys, I love you and I will see you next Sunday.